Was this always the name? Because I think for me, I hear Black Bread Co. And I'm like, am I worried about being cornered? Right? Were there other names that you were kind of messing with, and then you were like, nah, we it. We are him. So this is what we're calling us. So how was that selection made?
Yeah, to your point, Nikki, in the end, that's what it was. Like we are it. We are the first, and anybody else can take any other name they like, but we are the Black Bread Company. That's how it ended. How it started, we was out here talking about like melanin bread. It was all kind of random. Yeah, we had like
What?
a we had like
Okay, what was the corniest? What was the corniest
we had like
one?
a Nubian. Right. We had like a Nubian queen with an afro on it. It was wild, we was designing stuff. It was wild.
They was super corny, man.
Yeah,
and it was wild. Because of the funny thing is, so our conversation was like, man, what do you name a Black Bread Company? Like that was our real question.
Right.
And then I'm like, dude, what do you name a Black Bread Company? It's the first ever African American owned sliced bread company. What do you name it? And so I kept saying Black Bread Company. And then Jamel was like, bro, that's it right there.
That's it.
I'm like, what? He like, the Black Bread Company.
Wow.
And when he said it back, I'm like, we all this time is right there.
That's usually how it is. The answer. Yeah, the answer you're looking for is right. Yeah, exactly. It's right in your face. Yeah.
I mean, and at the same time, for us, it was like it's a pride thing as well. We want to make it okay to be proud of who you are and to make it non-offensive. Meaning, like, is anybody here offended if I say white bread or Italian bread?
No.
Or any other type of bread. If I say French fry, are you upset to say it's American? Potatoes is made here in Idaho. Like what like you don't get offended with that.
Even just Black being a play on luxury. You know what I mean? We definitely within our business model, we wanted to be pretty much an affordable luxury brand. So it's like at the end of the day, what speaks luxury other than Black, or even how we did the Black and gold? It was like just we definitely wanted to present our being the first. It was like, even bro, I'm thinking about even the packaging that we had. We got some samples for packages, and I don't think we would be here today if we went with those packages.
No, those packages are trash.
Right? So even that, we just knew like we needed to present something strong enough that fast forward when we get in stores and you may have store managers that don't properly handle your products, or even just our products sitting on the shelf and not even necessarily being advertised. The packaging and the brand in itself has to market itself. You know what I mean? So just something that we knew we could sit on the table and trust, or sit on the shelf on its own and trust that it would sell itself, that it would do the work. You know what I mean? That it's supposed to do. Even that, I was a little hesitant at one point when we had got some samples back of a package, and we was like, okay, we was trying to figure out how to make it work. And that was the first problem. We was trying to make we was trying to make ourselves like a particular package design that we had. Yeah. And I didn't want to, everything was going so well, with our planning. This is in our first year. And I didn't want to rock the boat, but I was at the same time, at the end of the day, I just had to stop. And I was like, man, we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to rethink this design. This is not it. Mark, when you presented this idea to me, you had a vision of it being, if you think about the upper echelon of people or influencers, you was like, man, it's got to sit on their tables, So for me, it was like that packaging that we had in the beginning, I can't put that on Jay-Z's.
No, break down the packaging. What did it look like? What was the colors? Because we see what it is now, but it was
basic. It was literally like
a white bag.
It was a white bag with like blue words, and another one had red words. It was a generic.
It was generic. It was generic,
but it was clean though. So it would almost trick you at
He's
first.
He's still trying to defend it. No, but it was clean. Hold on.
No, it was clean. So it's one of them bread brands. Was like, it's clean, and you'll pick it up, but you're not paying $3.99 for it. You know what I'm saying? If it was a $1.99 loaf, you'll pick it up.
It was just a bag of bread, Nikki.
It was a bag of bread. It wasn't nothing special about it. And that's when we was like,
you didn't. I would think you guys would go extravagant, like black and gold, purple, like all these different things to kind of like, okay, luxury but black. And I was like, that's what I thought your beginning stories would be, like the corny, typical luxury vibe. You went
No,
plain.
we did have a purple bag. We did have a bag that was purple.
We did have a purple bag. We did.
We did have one that was purple.
It was bad.
But to your point, that was so corny.
I'm so mad at his face. He was like, "It's so bad. I don't even want to talk about it."
It was bad. It was bad. Yeah,
Right.
it was real bad.
Hey, but now we got people holding bread up in the air, taking pictures. Like, it just had to be right. It just had to be right.
And I feel like your brand has to fit you, right? You gotta love your brand. If you don't love your brand first, then how can you get anybody else to love your brand? When you see it, it gotta be an automatic love. You just know when you know.
Yep.
Don't force things. Don't try to rush things, because when we was trying to rush and force, that's when we was having them really whack bags. Because it's like, oh man, we got to do this. Let's do it. We've been planning now for 8 months, and we ain't got a packaging yet. We ain't got a bag yet. We don't have a design yet. And then you look up and like, nah, we can't rush this. And then when that bag came up, it was like, oh, that was it. At that point, I don't need to see no more. Like we knew it.
That's when you know.
We seen it.
That's
like,
when you know.
Hey, bro, I'll go put that bread in the White House. I'll put it anywhere. I give it to a prince in Saudi Arabia. Like it was just that.
I thought you were about to just say Prince. I was like, you gonna bring him back?
Hey, if he was here, I'd give him some bread too. I went to the state.